This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. Walk the perimeter of an island. 180 kilometers, the island of Menorca. This is day one. Let's go. So here's Menorca from above on the plane, and that whole coastline you see there, that's what we're going to be hiking around for our whole time here. We're here for 10 days. We went the end of April to the first week in May, and here's our hotel. Now, one thing about the hotel we were disappointed with, we paid the extra money for this hotel and chose it just because it had a hot tub, and they didn't tell us. We checked in and went up and realised that the hot tub was closed because it's still early in the season. No notice on the website, nothing. Now, in a normal state of mind, I probably just would have asked for a refund or some kind of discount, but we were sleep deprived. And I also felt quite embarrassed because in a message Hannah had left for the receptionist, which I didn't know about until after we checked in.
It is her first anniversary and I'm surprising my partner last minute with a nice hotel as he's been through a hard time recently. If you could add a special touch, it would be amazing. Smiley face.
Well done. Okay, so she totally made it up about me going through a hard time, but then I just felt like the prick who was going through a hard time going down to the reception asking, here, can we get a discount? So enough of that. We got some lovely Spanish food and we had lovely Spanish food again for dinner, and we fed our bellies. We got a decent rest and we woke up next morning to start our hike, Camí de Cavalls, a 186 kilometre route around the island of Menorca.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
Okay, loving this. Nice little peace and quiet. Somebody running. Nice field and nice smells because it's been a real dry landscape so far, so it's nice just to see something a little different. The ground is kind of rocky underneath, as you can see, but yeah, it's probably not ideal for camping, but good thing we don't have to camp yet, so let's keep going. But lovely stuff. Okay, we're happy to see supermarket, get some water, just enough water for the rest of the day, about 1 litre. It's now 3 o'clock. Hoping a litre will do us. We'll drink the rest of the water we have. This is our last little town until this evening. We've done 10k in 3 hours. A few bits of stops here, just trying to adjust the bags and bits and bobs. But that's the crack. 3 hours, 10k, 30k, maybe 9 hours total. That's it. Let's get water. Now we're dipping the feet. We're gonna have lunch after doing 10k. Here's, look at this. I feel like I'm in the Caribbean. The water is so see-through. Unbelievable. So quiet now that we're on the north side of the island will be quiet. And we'll just continue on after a little bit of munch and hit the road. Okay, looking good, guys. Here we go. Just after having some lunch and around the next corner. Beautiful stuff. Gorgeous beaches, quiet coastline. Very quiet in the north, as it's supposed to be. Not much around, and just really seems kind of mainly accessible by foot. Yeah, we'll tip on. This field of horses here. We're randomly walking through. We are about 15k in, and both of us are feeling the weight of the bags on our back. You know, it's not a trip that we've done before with such weight, so bound to feel it, and I must admit it is quite uncomfortable, but you have to break it in at some point, eh? So that's what it is. But yeah, I would be warned, if you've not done like a backpacking hiking trip like this, the body's gonna feel it big time. Reminds me of the Ireland way and how sore I was starting off. But I do remember getting back on the trail, you know, or even maybe 10 days in and being like, this bag isn't too heavy anymore. Yeah. Cool stuff.
It's a motorcycle drive-by, baby drying condoms. I think it's about time we headed home. Walking on this tire road with my damn high hopes.
pretty little forest here we're coming into. Bit of greenery out there. We just came from the coast. And now look what we have ahead of us. So I'm just showing you little bits and bobs that I see cool along the trail. I guess I won't have to show you everything, because we're just going to be surrounded by beaches. Like, you know, we've walked by some now and I don't have to show you everything. Just show you the interesting parts and how the scenery changes and where we camp, and that's the story, where we eat and all. And there you go. I'm so happy to see this beach. I'm jumping straight in there. I've been sweating all day and the body needs it. Let's get in. There you go, going through some nice green fields here. Look at this for a beauty. Lovely. Okay everyone, there we go. This is basically day one. I'm gonna call it over and out because, well, we're not too far from the place where we get dinner, and if all goes to plan, we will be getting dinner and this place will be serving, so that'll be the buzz. And we'll find somewhere to put up the tent. There's some nice spots here, but we don't really want to backtrack on ourselves, so hopefully further up the road. Looking on Google Maps just to judge it, looks like the ground could be a bit like that, which isn't the best. There has been some better spots back that way, but look, we'll try to push forward anyway, see how we go, and we'll see you in the morning and show you where we're camped. Peace. Day two, waking up. The sunrise by the beach. So it's 9 AM and we woke up 2 hours ago at 7, just for that sunrise. Went for a little walk up here, had a view, you can go up there. Could actually get a tent up there, which would be so cool, but we didn't know last night, it was dark when we arrived. Anyways, this was a lovely spot here. We've just done plenty of stretching, looking after the body. Just got in for a dip there as well, so should be okay. Body's feeling quite good today actually, considering how it was yesterday, so I'm happy. We did lots of stretching and we're ready to get some food now that the cafes have just opened up, so happy days. Okay, here we are. We've had a slow morning. This is the beach pretty much. We were, if you can see through there, we were on that beach out there where we camped, and then there's all this beach just here, which is really nice. And we're gonna now go for about 13k. Yesterday we did about 34k, which was massive, carrying these bags. So I'm gonna go for 13k, and I think we're just gonna call it then. That'll be the most hiking for the most part today. It's nice just to move the muscles and not do absolutely nothing. So that 13k is kind of our day off today. So we'll just see how we go. So let's do it. Just taking off. Hannah's struggling with the bag, giving her a pain in her ass. That's what happens when you have a cheap bag from Amazon. Not that there's anything against them, but when you're trying to do big trips, good luck. This is a good quality bag, however, it's not size fitted to me because I've borrowed it off a friend. So, there you go, we're both kind of having trouble with our backpacks. Slowing us down big time. Hannah's got like 6 blisters. She got new shoes. Thought they'd be okay, you know, just runners, because normally on her big hikes, even with new shoes, she'd not got blisters, but you know, after 34k yesterday, she's got like 5 blisters at least. Used the whole pack of compeeds in a day, so always bring extra compeeds to heal your blisters. And big trips, I guess the learning curve here is bring the right gear. I think I've learned this now too many times and I need to cop on. Day trips, look, day trips are fine if you want to use, you know, whatever gear really to get you through the day, as long as you be kept safe. But you'll get home after all. But these day trips, when you have to get back up and do it again, the body will kind of take its toll. We'll see how we go. Look, she's having awful trouble. God bless her. It's tough. It's tough. But look, we're here to have fun. This isn't to be some crazy epic challenge either. If it's nice, it's nice. If we want to skip a bit, we'll skip a bit, you know. Well, we just want to see what we see what's out there in the world. Now, we love this place. Look at this. So nice. Just gorgeous. So peaceful. I haven't really been on such a gorgeous trail in somewhere so peaceful. At the same time, it's really nice. The trees are nice. The space is nice. It opened up back there as well. There's lots of bits of grass and it's really cool. You feel like you can just chill out here for the day. But you can't stay too long because if you're doing a hike like this, you'll run out of your water and your supplies. All up here in the north is like kind of a ghost town if you're off out of season, which we kind of are. So yeah, that's the story. Look at it. Really, really nice and nice weather. So no complaints there. Good stuff. Okay, time to get the map out and give you an update. Look at them gold stars. There's the island of Menorca and there is Mahon there, the capital. We're going to be walking the whole coastline, right? And we're going to swing by there, that one there. We're currently at that one there that I just zoomed in on, and we were going to go there, and that would have been us walking the north half. However, Hannah was killed with blisters, and I was killed with the backpack. It was wrecking me head, and that stint there that we were about to do would have taken 2 days to walk, and everywhere would have been closed. There would have been no water, nothing. So we said, look, that's a bit of a disaster. So what we decided to do, we just got a bus down into the middle of town there in Mercadal, and then we got another bus out towards the south, and what we did then is we just hiked the south half then, starting there from Punta Prima, and we would have done the whole south coastline, and we were happy to do that instead. Get to Punta Prima, relax a bit, let the body recover, and then take off. So that was the new plan. Welcome to day 3 of walking the entire perimeter of Menorca. The sun is out there rising. Tend to see how we sat in this kind of crazy concrete place. The ocean just over there. These apartments, nobody's in them. It's kind of off season, so. And the moon. Anyways, the sun's rising quick, so I'm gonna get over there. See you soon. We've come to kind of our first little beach here on the south. Look how gorgeous it is. Really, really blue water. And yeah, it kind of just looks like the nicest little spot we found so far. We won't go for the swim yet, I don't think, because yeah, I don't know, just maybe spread it out and go a bit later instead of now. Do you want to go for a swim now? We're okay. So that's the spot. Gorgeous. So excited now to see more of these along the south, as this is kind of what it's going to start to look like. The north was more rugged, more crazy. Even back here along the south was wavy and stuff, but real nice here. So carry on. Okay, so now we're finally getting to see like these ghost towns of Menorca. There's absolutely no one in this town, just us two. And all of this here is closed, all the hotels are closed. This is why you can't really do this walk off out of season, because if you've no shops etc open, how are you going to get your food, how are you going to get your water? But that's just insane, like this whole swimming pool running. It looks like great crack, mind you, but yeah, it's amazing. Luckily we have enough water and we have our sandwiches from the last town, so we're just going to pull up here anyways. Hopefully the beach is quiet. I haven't seen anyone around yet, and yeah, we'll just have a little bit of lunch on the beach, take a chill, and then this evening we're walking into a town where there will be food and water. That's it. So yeah. Alright, we found the perfect place for lunch at the end of this town. There is actually one place open. We have food already, but we're gonna stop here at the most beautiful, gorgeous blue water, and have a bite to eat and have a swim, and then after we continue on that trail. Super stuff. Yeah, we're just in some forest, kind of. Well, not forest, there's not so much forest here in Menorca, but I like seeing the bits of green and the trees. It's all very lovely. We don't know where we're going to camp, we'll just see what happens. This town is meant to be open, so there'll be supermarkets and we can get what we want, a bit of dinner or whatever, and camp up. Yeah, that's the plan. So happy out, and loving just walking through little bits like this. Like the fact that it's not just all coast, I suppose. It's nice seeing this bit of green, it's lovely. So that's it. Oh, so we are in the woods. Look at this. Look at this, and this looks like a secret little old school cave or something. What the hell? What's this all about, huh? What is going on in here? No way. That's an entire cave in there. Whoa. What? So cool. Let's try and see from above. That's insane. Get proper. I wonder what the crack was here. Come on, have a look, Hannah. It's a proper. How did they stack them rocks back in the day? It goes right in, like. Look. Someone's living in here back in the day, I guess. But like, how did they place them big, huge rocks? That doesn't make sense to me. It's one of them mysteries. Deadly little jungle, huh? Right. It's a little forest area. Cool stuff. And we'll head on from here and get to the coast. Okay, so we're at a cove and we're just outside the town we're supposed to get to, but look here, we have, look at this, in the side of the cliff. How cool is that? It's like a doorway and entrance, and supposedly these date back to the Bronze Age. Look at them, like they're meant to be like ancient burial sites. How the hell did they even get up there? I don't know. Carve it out. Another man there in the doorway. Big massive cave there. Look up here. Crazy. So strange. Yeah, anyways, that's the spot. Nice one. Cool little spot, cool little cove. Now we're heading to town and get a dip. Might walk over there and see what we see inside them caves. Now we found ourselves inside one of the caves. Strange energy in here. Crazy. I don't think it's going to be the place I want to put my tent. Look at that view. Wow, we were just down there recording a second ago. Unbelievable. There's a small little thing here and someone's actually living in one of them. This is unbelievable. You can go right up here. Oh my god, could be the perfect camp spot, but I just don't really like messing with that kind of energy where people were buried. Hello. Out in the middle of nowhere, looking for somewhere to camp before it gets dark. It's not really the best place here in the middle of the path, is it? But we'll find somewhere, keep tipping on. Now, this is just the coolest place ever to camp. I'm raging I missed it. We ended up sleeping in a hotel out that way because we couldn't find anywhere to camp. And look at this, perfect. There's all these caves here in Menorca. The path is just there. Walk up, dead flat. Further on, a bit more of a cave. But look at that for a view. Raging. Anyways, we might get another one along the trail. Hey, we're back on the road. I don't even know what day it is into hiking this, but basically we stayed in a hotel. It was a night of thunderstorms, can you believe it? So here we are anyways. Now we're on the south, continuing on the south, and this is the last little kind of town. Look how gorgeous and blue the water is, and there's a place to get water just back there. We have our bags packed and we're not going far. We've only another not even 10k to the next town. So today it's beautiful weather, thank God. We have all our water and we're just going to tip on. There's 3 coves that we're going to pass by. We're just going to spend the day chilling at each one of those, and then finally the last town we'll get some water and then retreat back and put our tent up on the beach. Finally, it's been a week of like cloud, either the whole day cloudy, which was the past 2 days, so we didn't go anywhere, that's why I didn't record, or then it's like intermittent sun and cloud. But now it's to be kind of nothing but blue skies, so everyone's happy. Let's go.
Not that big of a novel, but you know, I read it. So anyway, the pyramids. Now let's take a look at the structure.
How do you even understand the things in the book? Like,
So we've made it to the first of the 3 beaches, planning to camp on the 3rd. This is the first. Now you can imagine if the 3rd one looks like that, anything like that down there, perfect place to camp. Right where I'm stood is smelly, it stinks. And a ton of the beaches so far, besides like where there's tourists and their big long ones, has just had this seaweed crap all along it. And as I said, yeah, it stinks. Now I don't know if it's a seaweed or it's just all here, but not nice. Now the weather, oh shit, I've lost the sun. And look at this crap. So not too nice for the beaches, to be honest. We're gonna have to climb up these rocks. It looks beautiful on Google Maps, but when you get here and you have all this shit, not so nice. Too windy. There's wind for the next 2 days, and the waves are kind of crazy for us to go swimming, and it has all that kind of seaweed crap, so we're not going to swim here. We did just lie down over there in the sun and relax, which was nice, but we're going to move on now, hoping beach number 2 or number 3 is nicer than this and calmer. We found our beach that we're going to chill on. Look at that. From this viewpoint here. So, just rested up on this beach and had a swim. Look how lovely it is. We got that beach that we wanted. Waves are still crazy. I didn't go out too far to swim. Then we had to cross this over here, which is the water's coming in, so we had to get the shoes off, climb up here, and then go up that way. And the final beach till the destination. The town has a beach of its own, but this was the last beach before the town, and we think we'll probably just put a tent, I don't know, maybe there tonight and get up early, and that'll be us. Well, here, look at the water again, covered in this black seaweed, so it's not been great so far. We were lucky that we got our dip back at the other spot, and that was the best of the bad bunch. So yeah, almost there in the town to get some water and get some dinner. So decided to stay at a hotel tonight, and this place we paid just €60 for the night and breakfast included, and well, this is the spot we're gonna happily chill out here. We spent the night here last night. We do another night here as well. Look at that. Okay, leaving Cala Delgana, which I think is probably the nicest town we've been to, which is that there. Nice little cove. Lovely place to stay. We stayed at a hotel. Very nice. That's it. Just gonna hit the trail now and do like 20k today. And yeah, well, probably like 30k from Cittadella, which is like our last stop. And then we're done. So 20k, on we go, past some lovely beaches, and that's the day, hiking in the sun. Let's do it. The first beach about 20 minutes, 25 minutes outside of Cala Delgana. Definitely somewhere worth visiting. Overall, I would say Cala Delgana is the best place to visit if you're just coming to stay at a hotel. You can walk to beaches like this in the direction of west, or more from the direction of east, which is where we came from. Plenty to choose from, so you can't get bored going at walks like this. So here we come towards the end of our trip, and it turns out when we get to the places we're about to chill, the water is infested with jellyfish. You'll see a few here. I actually got stung by one. Wasn't that sort of, to be honest, but there were millions when we finally got to our hotel, and at our nearest beach they were all over the water. You couldn't go near it, and it was covered in seaweed. So yeah, funny. We just ended up deciding to have a few beers, get an all-inclusive hotel for like 2 days and chill out, get a bit sunburnt as well, and chill out by the pool for our final days in Menorca.